All right, welcome back. This time, we're going to learn about how to limit the player from guessing X amount of times, right? So we created a small function, and I'm going to tell you like, hey, we cannot use a break in the function like this. We can only really use breaks in while loops. So this is pretty much useless, and you'll see in a second why. So return, right? All right, limiting times the player can try correct or false. Okay, so temps are going to equal 0. So we're going to go through the code again, and then let's say if the guess is higher than the actual number, we're going to check here. Hey, is this a temp 6? If it's not, then we increase the amount so it goes from 0 to +1. And if it is true, if like let's say we have attempted it 6 times, then it's going to print this out. It's going to say, hey, you have attempted to guess the number 6 times, you lose. And then it prints out what the actual random number was. And then it breaks out. And unfortunately, we can't create a function, or at least I don't know how, for this. Because if, let's say, we create it over here and we put break, it'll just give us an error. If we put return, it'll just return us to right here, and nothing will really happen. So we're just leaving it alone. All right, so we've added our code, right? So we added a counter that says, hey, if at the start it's 0, if you're wrong, depending on this situation, we're going to check the amount of attempts, and then if it is true that you've already checked it this amount of times, or tried it this amount of times, then print this out and break out the while loop. So you stop playing. Otherwise, add 1 to that counter or those attempts. And then the same thing here for if, let's say, the number was less than the actual random number. And then we have that, hey, you got it right, so get out of that loop, and that's it. So let's put another random number, so 66, and then our guess, right? So put 50. Okay, cool. Then let's run this, and we're gonna do the negative output where we check, hey, did we try 6 times? And if we did, let's stop. So, so 20, all right. All right, let's keep going. So 20, 20, 20, 20, and then 20. And then one more time. We may have to, okay, and that's our last turn. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we actually want to do it six times. We're gonna have to put this as 5 instead. But we'll just say, oh, okay, now you get 7 turns. But we're not gonna tell them you get 7 turns. Okay, so then you have attempted to guess the number 6 times. You lose. The number was 66, and that is the correct thing we wanted. All right, and that is so long as the number was lower. Okay, now let's try this again, but when the number is higher. Right, okay, so let's see, 66. Run this code, and we're gonna do 90. So now it's 90. Okay, let's do that 6 more times. All right, so we checked it for the negative output for when it's higher, right? When you get the higher print, and it says, okay, you have attempted to guess number 6 times, you lose, the number was 67. Okay, cool. And so our code works. Now we have a limit to the amount of times that the user can try and guess for the program. We're going to stop right here, and I'll see you in the next video.